All right, welcome. Today, we are going to take a trip, a really incredible journey deep inside one of the most amazing engines on the entire planet, your very own heart. We're actually going to follow a single drop of blood as it travels through this amazing organ. We'll get to see its raw power and its incredible precision up close. So, are you ready? Let's dive right in. So, first things first, let's just take a moment to appreciate what the heart really is. It's a relentless, absolutely tireless pump. It's an engine that works nonstop, from before you were even born, right up until your very last moment. So, where is this all-important engine? Well, it's tucked away nice and safe, right in the center of your chest. There's a special spot for it called the mediastinum, where it's nestled right there between your lungs, perfectly centered and protected by your rib cage. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's pop the hood and really take a look at the anatomy of this engine. And let me tell you, it is an absolute masterpiece of biological engineering. The very first thing you'd see is this protective sac called the pericardium. You can think of it like the heart's own personal, lubricated travel case. It's this double-layered bag with fluid inside that not only holds the heart in place, but, and this is crucial, it reduces friction. That's what allows it to beat smoothly, over 2.5 billion times in an average life, without just wearing itself out. Incredible, right? Now, the wall of the heart itself is made of 3 distinct layers. You've got the outer layer, the epicardium, and this super smooth inner lining, the endocardium. But the real star of the show, the one doing all the work, is the layer in the middle, the myocardium. This is that thick, powerful cardiac muscle that does all the heavy lifting, all the actual pumping. So how is this whole thing structured? Well, the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a 4-room house. The top 2 rooms, the atria, they're the receiving chambers. They just collect all the blood coming into the heart. The bottom 2 rooms, the ventricles, those are the powerful pumping chambers that send the blood out. All right, now that we know the layout of the house, let's actually follow a drop of blood on its journey. The first stop is a super important trip over to the lungs. This little loop is called the pulmonary circuit. Our journey kicks off in the right atrium. All of the used, deoxygenated blood from your body gets collected right here. You'll often see it colored blue in diagrams. Of course, it's not actually blue in real life, but it really helps us track what's going on. It gets here through 2 massive veins, the superior and inferior vena cava, which are like the superhighways for blood returning to the heart. Okay, so from the right atrium, our blood cell has to get to the ventricle down below. To do that, it passes through the tricuspid valve. Now, this thing is like a super sophisticated one-way door. Its only job is to slam shut and make sure blood can't flow backward, no exceptions. And just like that, here we are in the right ventricle. This chamber is the launch pad for the first part of our trip. You can just feel it building up pressure, getting ready to give our blood cell a really powerful push. And then, whoosh, with one powerful squeeze, the right ventricle contracts. This forces the blood through another one-way door, the pulmonary valve, and then into the pulmonary arteries. These are the special vessels that lead directly to the lungs, where our blood cell is going to drop off all that waste carbon dioxide and pick up a fresh supply of oxygen. Mission accomplished. Our blood cell is now fully loaded with oxygen. It heads back to the heart for the second and much bigger part of its journey, delivering all that precious oxygen to the entire body. We call this the systemic circuit. So, fresh from the lungs and now bright red with oxygen, our little blood cell comes back to the heart. This time, it enters the top left chamber, the left atrium, through what are called the pulmonary veins. From there, it's through another one-way door, the mitral valve, and it drops down into the heart's most powerful chamber of all, the left ventricle. This is the main pump, the real powerhouse for your entire body. And looking at them side by side really tells the whole story. The left ventricle's wall is way thicker, and for a really good reason. I mean, think about it. The right ventricle only has to pump blood next door to the lungs. But the left ventricle, it has to generate enough force to push blood everywhere else, from your brain all the way down to the tips of your toes. That strength is absolutely vital. If this chamber gets weak, the whole body starts getting starved of oxygen, and that's the very definition of heart failure. And here it is, the grand finale of the whole cycle. With one massive, powerful contraction, the left ventricle blasts our oxygen-rich blood cell through the aortic valve and into the aorta. That's the body's biggest artery. From here, it starts its journey out to deliver life-giving oxygen to every single cell in your body. But wait a minute. What's telling all this muscle when to pump? This isn't just a plumbing system. There's a brilliant electrical system at work here, a kind of unseen conductor that's coordinating this whole symphony. This is all possible because of this kind of magical property called autorhythmicity. It sounds complicated, but it's pretty amazing. A small number of these heart muscle cells can actually excite themselves. They generate their own electrical impulses without any signal from the brain or the nervous system. They're like the heart's built-in spark plugs. They just go. And that electrical signal follows this incredibly precise path. It all starts at the SA node. That's the heart's natural pacemaker. The signal then travels to the AV node, where there's this really clever, tiny delay, just for a fraction of a second, to let the atria finish squeezing. From there, the signal zips down the bundle branches, fans out through the Purkinje fibers, and triggers that massive coordinated contraction of the ventricles we just talked about. It's a perfect electrical cascade, every single time. So let's just zoom out for a second and appreciate the whole system we've just walked through. It is a never-ending, perfectly synchronized beat. With every single beat of your heart, it performs this entire dual circuit journey. It's this perfect symphony of muscle and electricity, sending used blood to the lungs and fresh blood to the body, all at the same time without ever missing a beat. It's just an absolutely incredible engine, isn't it? And it leaves you with this one final, really awe-inspiring question. What is that fundamental spark that powers this biological machine that allows it to beat so perfectly over and over again for an entire lifetime?